Long ago, before the cities rose and power lines crossed the sky, there was only nature and the spirits that lived within it. Deep along the coast of West Africa lay a village called Abodzi, nestled between mangrove forests and a lagoon that shimmered like liquid obsidian. The people of Abodzi feared the water after dark. They told stories in whispers, passed from grandmother to grandchild, about Asuor, the water goddess betrayed by love. She was once a gentle guardian of the sea, a mermaid with eyes like starlight and a heart that pulsed with devotion. But her love for a human fisherman named Tano doomed her. They met under the moon, secret and wild. But Tano was weak. Fearing exile from his people, he married a mortal woman and abandoned Asuor. On the night of his wedding, a storm rose from the sea like a scream. Asuor's sorrow turned the sky black. His wife drowned, and the goddess cursed the village. Every 100 full moons, I shall return to claim the hearts of the young, until one soul dares to love beyond fear. Most thought it folklore, until the tide changed. 17-year-old Kaya Mensima had never believed in old stories. Her mother vanished into the ocean when she was 5, taken, the villagers said, by the spirits for breaking some ancient taboo. Raised by her grandmother, Mama Ino, Kaya had grown up both fierce and restless. Kaya was raised by her grandma Mama Eno, and let me tell you, she grew up tough and full of energy. She longed to escape Abodzi, to see Accra, to wear headphones instead of charms, to choose her future. But the sea had other plans. It began subtly. First, the fish refused to swim near the shore. Then, children started sleepwalking toward the lagoon under the full moon, murmuring in a language none recognized. One night, Kaya heard it too, a song carried by the wind, tender yet haunting. It made the hairs on her arms rise. That same week, 3 children vanished. The village panicked. The elders dusted off old chants. Drums echoed in the dark. Mama Eno grew quiet, her eyes shadowed. And then came the dream. Kaya stood on water, moonlight bathing her skin. From below, something rose, a woman with long black hair floating like seaweed, her arms stretched out. "Kaya," she whispered, "return to me." Kaya woke gasping, her sheets damp with seawater. The next morning, Mama Ino handed her a bundle wrapped in goatskin. Inside were charms, a shell pendant, and a carved comb. "It's time," Mama Eno said. Kaya sat silently as the truth unfurled. Her mother, Amma, had not drowned. She was born of the tide-blooded, a lineage linked to the mermaid Asuor. Amma had tried to stop the curse from awakening by offering herself to the deep. She failed. Now, Kaya was the last of her line, the key of the tide, a child born of land and sea, destined to end or fulfill the curse. "If Asuor takes 3 more hearts," Mama Eno whispered, "she becomes immortal. Step into her world, and you just might set her free." Armed with her mother's comb, her grandmother's prayers, and a bottle of palm wine laced with salt and blood, Kaya approached the lagoon under the next full moon. The air was unnaturally still. The village drums had stopped. No frogs croaked. No crickets chirped. She stepped into the water. The surface broke. She was pulled under, not with panic, but with purpose. She descended into an alien world. Beneath the water, the lagoon became a palace of glowing coral and shattered relics. Anklets, dolls, rusted blades. Children floated, sleeping, eyes closed. A throne of whalebone rose at the center, and on it sat Asuor. Her eyes shimmered with sadness. Her body glowed like moonlit silver. Chains of seaweed and sorrow wrapped her wrists. "You came," she said, voice echoing like a wave. "I came for them," Kaya replied, heart pounding. "They are safer here," Asuor said. "Loved, watched, protected. Were you so loved?" Kaya flinched. Memories surged, the ache of her mother's absence, The cold nights with Mama Ino humming lullabies no one explained. Not always, she said, but I love them. That's enough. Asuor rose. Then prove it. A rift opened, a chasm of shadows. The sea of memory, Asuor said. Enter. Face yourself. Kaya walked into the void. She saw visions of Amma, singing to her by candlelight, of her crying alone by the lagoon. Of the day, Amma walked into the water and never returned. Then she saw Asuor, watching her mother with pity. And finally, she saw her own birth. A glowing mark on her back, the tide sigil, pulsing with ancient light. She wasn't cursed. She was chosen. Tears spilled from Kaya's eyes. I forgive her, she whispered, and I forgive you. Back in the palace, Asuor wept. For the first time in 100 moons, her chains loosened. The coral dimmed. The children stirred. Kaya reached for her and placed the pearl of lamentation, the gift of truth, in her palm. A wave of blinding light surged through the lagoon. The curse shattered. The children floated to the surface. Fish filled the nets once more. The lagoon shimmered, not with danger, but with peace. Kaya stood at the water's edge, the tide lapping at her feet, her mark glowing faintly. Mama Ino embraced her tightly. You are your mother's daughter, she whispered, and the sea's gift to us all. Years later, a little girl stood by the lagoon. She heard a song, gentle, familiar. She turned to her mother. Who's singing, Mama? Kaya smiled. No one to fear, child. That's just the ocean remembering. And far beneath the waves, a whisper stirred. The tears of Asuor are no more, but her love still flows. Our deepest thanks to our patrons. If you'd like to support us, visit our page.